Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning. Got an absolutely amazing broadcast. And now, happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. This is Memorial Day. Is Monday, May the 31st. Memorial Day. Some people's out traveling in and around the world and doing different places. Be careful. Be careful, because there's a lot of people out there that looking for victims. There's a lot of people out there that's actually looking for victims, man. That's going to all these different events that you all go to. They're going to all these places that you go to. They're looking for victims. They're looking for people that they can victimize. And you don't want to be one of those. I don't want you to be one of those people that they victimize. So be very careful in your activities, your comings and your goings. Be real careful. There's people that's out there, man. That's all they do. They look, they search, and they try to find. Good morning, Harold. How you doing, brother? You coming to join us this morning? Get an opportunity to come. Let me send you a link, brother. Come on, join us if you're free. I don't know what your schedule's like, brother. But if you're free, I'm gonna throw this link at you. Come on, join us, man. We got a great topic today, and I want to have your input, brother, if I can. So yeah, I just sent you the link, man. So if you have an opportunity, definitely come and join us. We I want to say to all of our veterans, and I have two daughters that's actually veteran. How you said them veterans too. One served in the Marine Corps, and the other served in the is still actually serving in the Navy. And so I want to say thank you to them for their service and their contribution to making this a better society in which we live in. I want to thank them and the many people that's out there, man, that's fighting, that has fought for the country and continues to fight for the country. There's some that that's been doing this thing for 10, 20, 30 years. I spoke to a few people, and they've served for over 30 years. That's a lot. That's a lot. And to do any job for over 30 years, for 20 or 30 years, to do any job, it's a feat within itself. And to do that job, putting their life on the line every day, man. They go different places, get deployed to different countries and all kind of different things, man. They do so much. They do so much. They do a lot. They really do a lot, man. And so I want to thank you. I want to take this opportunity and thank you. And oh yeah, the phone lines are open 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. The phone lines are open. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you as well. If you know anybody that you want to thank, any people that you know that served in the military, and you want to thank them for their service, give us a call. Let's take some time out, put some time out aside for the show, and let's thank our people that has fought for this country, that fought for your freedom, fought for all the things that we all the benefits that we have every day, that we sometimes sometimes even take for granted. Sometimes we take it for granted, man. There's people that's out there that fight for the very thing that you take for granted every day. The freedoms that you have, they fight for that all over the world, all over the globe. So I think that they need to be thanked and appreciated. I really do. I think they need to be thanked and appreciated. I want to thank them. I want to show them that I appreciate them. Sometimes it's as simple as just saying thank you, man. Just say thank you. That sometimes that you'll never understand how much weight that carries when somebody just say thank you. I appreciate. Thank you for what you did for me. Thank you. Thank you what you did for my family. Thank you. And so this just is a small gesture, man. It's not gonna hurt you to say thank you. It's not gonna hurt you to show your appreciation. So if you know of anybody, any soldiers, sailors, Marines, Army, Coast Guard, whatever it is, if you know of anyone that served and you just want to say thank you on this day, on Memorial Day, today, you want to say thank you, give us a call. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Give us a call. We love to hear from you. 678-381-1973. How was y'all's weekend, man? How many of y'all gonna put something on the grill today? Y'all putting something on the grill? What you cooking? Mud burgers? What y'all cooking? What y'all cooking this morning? This today? If y'all got an extra plate, if y'all got an extra plate, hit a brother up. Let me know. Let me know what time. Hit me up. Let me know what time. I love to come out there, man, and I ain't gotta eat. You ain't gotta have me no plate. Just to fellowship with you all. Just to be a part. Just to be a part. Be welcome into your family and into your event. The fact that you will welcome me in, that's tremendous to me. It really is. That's tremendous that you will welcome a little country boy out of North Carolina. That's all I am. I'm a little country boy out of North Carolina. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Hey, I had an event yesterday. Um, a forum that we had yesterday here at the studio. We're at the studio. I'm actually broadcasting from home, but it was at the studio yesterday. 2-hour forum, and we talked about people that was falsely incarcerated, um, the trial and tribulation that they have to go through. And I'm gonna share the link if you get opportunity. Go to our Facebook page. No, excuse me. Go to our YouTube channel, and it's my name, Raheen Ajame. That's RAHEEN RAHEEN, last name ASHIMI. Go to my YouTube channel and check it out. There's a lot of information on there, man. There's a lot of people are really enjoying what it is that they saw yesterday, the conversation that they had, the education that they got. A lot of people was really educated as to what was going on, how it goes on, and what happens. There's a lot of people that's in prison right now that shouldn't be there. Now, some people say, what do you mean shouldn't be there? Well, I'm gonna say it like this: some people were found guilty; they were innocent, and they didn't have the finances, didn't have the people, the right pieces in place. Excuse me, didn't have the right pieces in place to defend themselves. Maybe didn't have the intellect to defend themselves, or what have you. There's a lot of people incarcerated that's mentally ill, that don't have the mental capacity to defend themselves, or to shield the defense, or even tell the truth about what happened in a way that will convince a jury or a judge. And so for that reason, they're incarcerated. I mean, and see the injustice in that is this: there's people out there that's incarcerated, falsely incarcerated, go to jail, go to prison, do time in jail, in prison, and the very person that committed the crime is walking free. Listen to that now. There's people that has been incarcerated for a crime that they did not commit, and the very person that committed the crime is walking away free. Probably to do another crime, commit another catastrophe among somebody else and their family and their friends. They know they did it. They know the person that's going through court and having the trial and all that stuff. They know that person didn't do it. Man, I'm yawning this morning. Excuse me, y'all. They may know the person that's actually going through the court. They may know him, may not know him. But what they do know is that person did not commit that crime. What they do know is they're the one that committed that crime. But the police ain't even looking at them. They can be walking in front of the police every day, just walking right in front of them, going on with their everyday activities, looking for their next victim. While the individual that actually is going through the court trial and stuff like that is wondering, how could this be happening to me? I didn't do anything. This is not right. This is not fair. Y'all talking about sending me to prison, to jail, and all that stuff. I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. And the more they shout it, the louder they get, the more guilty they look to the judge and the jury. because now you having now you're showing you're aggressive. You're showing that you're displaying aggression. Look at you now. You're aggressive. Nah, they're in a situation where you try to falsely accuse them of something that they did not do, and they see their life. They see their life like the water going down the drain, and they can't stop it because you're not listening. They're telling you that they're innocent. They're telling you that they did not do it. They're telling you where they were at the time where the crime committed. But you ain't listening to none of that. You ain't buying any of that. So my thing to you is this: you have to be real careful, real mindful, because there's a lot of things that's going on in this day and time, and everybody that's behind those bars are not guilty. Now I'm not gonna say some of them are not guilty. A lot of them were guilty. A lot of them that back there because they should be back there. But my thing is not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them are back there because of the fact that they were falsely accused. They didn't have the mental capacity or the finances. You gotta understand finances is a big part too. Because a lot of times if you don't have the finances, you're not able to go out there and select the judge. I mean your attorney. You're not able to go out there and select your attorney. What's gonna happen is 9 times out of 10 they're gonna give you a public defender. That person don't always have your best interest at heart, because that very person can have so many other trials that they're juggling through. They don't even get a chance to look at yours. They don't even get a chance to look at yours at all. They go to court unprepared to defend you, to save your life. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They got so many. The public defenders have so many cases on the docket. They have so many cases on the docket. Let me see. But they have so many cases on the docket, man. They don't have time to sit there and look at your particular case, go over it like they would if they were your attorney. They don't have the time to do that. So what do? They look over it right before court. This. Go in there ill prepared to defend you, to save your life, and you wonder why there's so many people falsely incarcerated. Money shouldn't be a part of the equation. Money shouldn't even be, but that's the American way. That's the American way. Money is a part of the equation. Sad as it is, it really is. If you don't have the money, if you have the finance, you get the best of the best. So good. Sometimes you ain't probably ain't gotta show up. You gotta be there. But I'm just saying, you ain't gotta show up because your attorney, you paid him so much, him or her so much, they're going to defend you and defend you the best that they can. And 9 times out of 10, that is enough. You'll get a slap on the wrist. Don't do that no more. Go home. Go home now. Don't want to destroy. Don't want to disrupt your happy home. Don't want to disrupt your happy surrounding. Don't want to disrupt your environment. So you go on head on home. Now I don't want to see you in here no more. Go ahead. Go home. Slap on the wrist. When Jimmy over there that ain't got no money. What you doing in my courtroom, Jimmy? Jimmy, what you doing in my courtroom? Why you in here? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, look here. I think you did it. You ain't got no defense. Your alibi, where you was at, didn't check out. What you mean didn't check out, man? I was at your house. I was at your house. What you mean didn't check out? You know I was at your house. I don't remember you being there. I don't remember you being there. No, Jimmy, you got to go there. You got to go up the river. And there go Jimmy. 5, 10, 15 years for a crime that he did not commit simply because he did not have the money. Did not have the amount of money to defend himself. Man, listen, y'all give me a call, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Give me a call. I might play some of that. I'm thinking I might play some of the let me see if I pulled it up. Some of the event from yesterday. I may play a little bit of that, man, because it was so very powerful. It was so very powerful, man. And like I said, it had so much meat on it. We had a young lady that was there, man. Sister Lady Shelley, Sister Shelley. She is an attorney, human rights attorney, and she dropped so many, man. She dropped so much on that thing, man. We had another brother that was there. He's not an attorney, but he's so astute in regards to the law. We had Charles Brown was there. He's one of the brothers that was falsely incarcerated. We had our brother Pete was there. Brother Pete brought so much knowledge to it as well, man. It was a great forum. It really was. It was a great forum, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being there. I enjoyed the participation of it all. It was very nice. It was very nice. It was a nice event. Sunday evening we started at 3 o'clock. Started right at 3 o'clock, and I ended right at 5. So it wasn't a start late type thing. We started right on time. We said we're gonna start at 3 o'clock. We started at 3 o'clock. Um, ended at 5, a few minutes after 5. But like I said, it was a great event, man. It really was. I enjoyed it. Now, what is going on in this political arena? Leonard gonna be with us in a few minutes. Leonard will be coming in a few minutes, and he's the brother, man. I call him Captain Leonard. Um, he's really up on the he's really up on the on the political scene, and I really lean on him a lot in regards to keeping us abreast as to what's going on and what all these new laws and all these new stuff that they got going on. He's the brother that actually does that for us. And so, hopefully he'll be in. He said he's gonna be in about 7:30, so hopefully he'll be in a few minutes, and he'll be able to catch us up on this whole political scene and what's going on in the political world. Um, I saw something, a video yesterday. I think it was on TikTok, and it was former President Gerald Ford, and he was talking about how we were going to in the United States of America get the first woman president, and I was like, wow, that's crazy that he would say that because the way he said it, and this was way on back in the day. The way he said it was we was actually going to have. I'm trying to pull it up. We said how we was actually going to have a female vice president. So he said it was going to be either Republicans or the Democrats, but they're going to elect. Um, they were going to elect. I'm trying to pull it up here so I can show it to you. Interviews on the female president. This may be it right here. It's back in, man, 19. This right here showing me 1989. Let me see here. Is this it? If it is, I'm gonna play this for you because it's amazing how he said it was going to happen and the process that it was going to be that was going to go through. He's saying that we was gonna have I think this is it. Let me see.
Advice would you give a young lady wanting to become president of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become president of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will become president under the law or constitution. And once that barrier is broken, from then on, men better be careful because they'll have a hard time ever even getting a nomination in the future. But that's the way it's going to happen, and I think it'll probably come sometime in the next 4 or 8 years.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? he said, and that's really the situation that we're in right now. And I hope nothing happens to Biden. I really do. And my prayer is that he stays healthy and complete do 8 years as president of the United States of America. But what Gerald Ford was saying back in 1989 is what's going to happen is either the Democrat, he didn't specify whether the Democrats or the Republicans is going to elect a female as vice president. She's going to be the vice president. She's going to be on the ticket as the vice president, and they're going to win, much like Biden and Harris did. They won. He said that what was going to happen is they're going to do that, and then during the course, the president is going to die. The president, the president, the man that's the president is going to die, and when he dies, because the way the law is set up, the female is going to automatically become president of the United States of America. And when she does, he says she's going to do such an amazing job that it's going to be real hard for another man to win the presidency of the United States of America. Wow. Ain't that something? We got a phone call. Let me see. Can I get to this phone call real quickly here? Got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Tucson.
Hey, Donald Tucson from my mama, California.
You're not one of them folks can speak in tongue but can't speak to me.
What's the name of that place you from there, Donald? Help me understand, brother.
It's Opelousas, man. Opelousas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna get that right one day, man. One day you're gonna call in, I'm gonna get it right off the top of the most. I'm gonna get it right, Donald. That's a promise I'm gonna make to you. One day you're gonna call in, I'm gonna say,
I got confidence in you.
There you go. Yeah, I appreciate that. But Donald, did you hear that clip I just played about Gerald Ford when he was talking about it's gonna be a female president?
I didn't catch it all. I was watching it, but I wasn't. I was in multitasking. I wasn't able to hear it all. I'm gonna review it.
Okay.
And if you send it to me through the course of things, I can look at it and see. But okay. And he said that. So now what they're gonna do with is are they pointing now? Are they looking at Kamala Harris?
Well, what he was saying, and this is amazing. It was back in 1989 when they did that clip. He was saying that what's going to happen is either the Democrat or the Republican is going to elect. They're going to elect a man as president, and the female is going to be the vice president of the United States of America. And in the course of all that, the president, the man, is going to die. And the way the law is set up, when the president dies, the vice president takes over as the president of the United States of America. And then that's going to catapult her as the president. She's not going to be voted in, but when the president dies, the next one in line is the vice president. So she will become the president of the United States of America. And he said that when that happened, for what I gather, he said she's going to do such an amazing job as the president of the United States of America. It's going to be, after that, it's going to be real hard to get another man in that office.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I can see it. I mean, I can visualize it. Mm-hmm. And boy, I tell you what, it's going to catapult some other things too.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, just let's just be honest now. Mm-hmm. Because she'll do. I would imagine she would do a good job. Mm-hmm. I would imagine. Yeah. I would just imagine, not downplaying anything, but I would imagine she would probably do a good job. Now, whether she would have the Republican support, you can forget about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You think they tried to do things with Obama because she has a double negative, triple, because he's Asian, African Asian.
Yeah, yeah.
You said? African Asian woman. So
you're gonna be talking.
That's triple jeopardy. Because women have come a long way.
Yeah.
The African American, that's what they call it these days. when they feel like it, not at the dinner table. You still the same thing you've been for years
exactly.
at the dinner table.
That's one. That's that one consistent. That's that one consistent at the dinner table.
Yeah, and then Asian, see now they're attacking them now
Mm-hmm.
because of the China virus
Yeah.
that they created.
Mm-hmm.
They call it a China virus. Remember?
Yeah.
They're attacking them. They're attacking them at bus stations in the supermarket because of that same reason, blaming Corona and the pandemic on them.
Mm-hmm.
So here you got a person with all of those negatives as the top dog in the country
Mm-hmm.
with the same system that's hidden, that has a hidden agenda
Mm-hmm.
that everybody knows about.
Yep.
It's not a secret.
Exactly.
You know the FBI and the CIA is guilty of a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That to keep order, they bring them in and they do their own investigation. And I'm not too bright.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going by assumptions, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, they do certain things that even the law can't do.
Mm-hmm.
If the law can't handle it, they send them in, and then they do a federal investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Which to the federal government, we might as well admit it, is corrupt.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Remember Wall Street?
Mm-hmm.
Who came in on that? Remember King, Dr. King?
Yeah.
Martin Luther?
Yes, sir.
Who got in on that?
Mm-hmm.
Watergate.
Mm-hmm.
Since we talked about that briefly, and you know, it's amazing how what's his name, Reagan. Remember his favorite saying at the close of his I remember it, his close of his presidency. You know what he would say?
What's that?
I don't recall. I gotta take care of something there right here.
Okay.
But that's what he would say.
Absolutely.
I don't recall.
I don't recall. Wow. Oh, he recall. He don't want to recall. Okay. But see, and that's the thing right there, man. What do y'all think will happen when we do get our first female president of the United States of America? Be it by how people say, be it by hook or crook. What do y'all think is going to happen? How do you think it's going to play itself out? Be it by hook or crook. What do y'all think? If it is Kamala, if it is her, if she is the one that becomes president of the United States of America, because something would have happened, and we all pray that it doesn't. But if something would have happened to Biden and Kamala becomes the president of the United States of America, do you think she'll do a great job? Do you think she's prepared? What do you think the outcome is going to be? What do you think the outcome is going to be? Do you think that she has the abilities, skills, or abilities to run this country? And if it plays out like Gerald Ford said back in 1989, if it plays out the way that he said it's going to play out, how hard would it be if she do a great job? How hard would it be to change people's minds and hearts to vote another woman president after her and another one after her? How hard would it be to do that? Donnie, you back with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
It wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard at all. Hey, let me say something. They would have voted Hillary in if she wasn't a woman.
Yeah.
She would have won hook, line. She actually did win the majority vote.
Yeah.
But I believe that a lot of people did not vote for Hillary, not because she's a crook, because all politicians have some crookedness in them.
Yes, they do.
All of them.
Yeah.
It was because some of our men didn't vote for her because she was a woman,
Yeah.
because they don't believe a woman should lead.
Mm-hmm. And I want to tell you,
Period.
and one of the things that came back towards me when I was talking to some people about that, they said that a big part of who voted against her and would not support her and it made the difference in it was the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
You'd be surprised how much the Roman Catholics got that are involved in politics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They go to them because, as far as Christianity is concerned, they're the most manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
I think I pronounced that word the best I could.
Yeah, you did good. Excellent.
Being from Opelousas.
Yeah. Yeah.
They manipulate them and their offspring, which is, watch this now,
Evangelicals. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's their offspring.
Mm. And
the Roman Catholics had a baby.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you this question, Donald. I've been yawning this morning, man. I don't know what's going on with me this morning. But the Roman Catholic Church and the evangelicals, their love child. Have they ever had the people that look like you or me in the best interest of their hearts?
And they let me see the word I want to say. They know how to use them for their own agenda, because they reach out to them and pick one. They pick one to stand out on their behalf. It's like a picnic.
Wow.
You got what I just said.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's just like a picnic. So they just they don't, they set them up in a way to make them look good. And then when they get out there too far, they snatch the rug from underneath them.
Wow.
And leave them out there hanging by themselves. I mean, you know,
like your Clarence Thomases of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what's that other guy named, the one that said there is no racism in America?
Oh, Scott. Yeah, Scott out of South Carolina down there. Yeah. Yeah, Scott.
Maybe they ain't, but they're showing up something that looks like it.
Yeah. If it ain't a close, it's a real close relative. They're real close. They close. They closer than cousins, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, they closer than cousins.
Yeah, but you know, so something to think about. Biden is about 90.
Yeah, he's close though. He's close.
He's knocking on 90.
Yeah.
And presidents have been known, most of our living presidents are about that age already. They still living. They got good doctors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why if they catch the virus, they'll most likely live, because they're going to do all they possibly can.
Yep.
Or if they catch anything else, if they need a heart, they're going to get one.
Yeah. By hook or by crook. By hook or by crook. Yeah.
Somebody gonna give them one. Even if it's somebody from the hood.
Yeah.
They're gonna call it, you know what they're gonna call it? Gang related.
Yep. Exactly. Go out there and get what they need.
They're gonna take you out. And your heart gonna be president of the United States.
Exactly. Joe Biden is 78 years old.
Okay. Now what's wrong? But they live a long time. You know?
Yeah.
unless they already have some, you know, most of them, they live a long time. Because they got the best care.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the same treatment.
Man, if I'm not mistaken, they say they had a medical ward in the White House.
Yeah, the best doctors.
Yeah, a medical ward right there in the White House. Come on, man.
You're not gonna see them at the charity hospital.
Yeah.
They ain't going.
Get sick.
They ain't gonna go to nobody hospital. Not hardly.
They get a call. They get a call and they walk right across the hallway and go to the doctor. Go to the best doctor, one of the best doctors in the world, right across the hallway.
You better please. Why wouldn't they?
But
so the chances of what Ford said, and what you said Ford said, would be almost unlikely, but possible. Because of them living so long. But if it does, I think she'd do pretty good. Would they fight her with every last breath they got? Sure they would.
Absolutely. But the way the law is set up, though, they can't win because what it said, the way it is written, and it's been this way since they wrote it. If the president, something would have happened to the president and he could not fulfill his duties, the vice president will step in. And so right now, the vice president of the United States of America is Kamala Harris. And so if something, if something would have happened to Biden for whatever reason, like I said again, we pray that it doesn't. But if something would have happened to Biden, then Kamala will step up and become the president of the United States of America, and have to finish out their term.
Lynn, I wish some of these other folks would join that know more about politics. And I want to ask the question: is it the chief? Then who would be second in charge? The chief of staff or who?
I think Pelosi, Secretary of State, I think would become the vice president. I think she would become the vice. Go ahead.
They would be the vice president.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you would have two women.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
I think I'm finna start something. I'm finna say something. I'm finna start something. So maybe my sisters come on in. I'm finna say something.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it, Tucson. Let's stir it up this morning. Come on. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, man.
I'd have to turn my key in at the house.
Why, man? Why you gotta turn your key in, bro? Wait a minute, man. Ain't no you gonna go there, man. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. What you gonna turn your key in for?
They'll take my pants. They start wearing my pants.
You ain't gonna put on that skirt, are you?
I ain't gonna put no skirt on, but they gonna suggest it. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say.
Let me say something. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Go ahead and say it.
We ain't gonna be able to tell these women nothing.
Ain't gonna be able to tell them nothing. Ain't gonna be. Don, you almost can't tell them nothing now.
That's what I'm talking about. But can you imagine?
Man, the president and the vice president.
And it's not a bad thing. Because we have this mentality that we don't think a woman should lead, but we listen to our wives and our mothers for years.
Every day of the week. Every day of the week. And sometimes that's where we get our best advice from, our wives and our mothers.
You doggone skip it. Bet you they manage money better than you do.
Yes,
I know
sir.
they do better than I do.
Exactly. And so that's the thing. 678-381. What my sister said anyway. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Donna, I believe you got these women scared to call in, man. What you done did to these women, man? You got them scared to call in, even talk about it.
They ain't scared. Let me tell you what they do. They listening. And they write, they making notes. You know, we don't make diaries. They make a diary. so they can come with all of it. You ever saw a woman that they didn't have nothing to say?
Ain't man, listen. They make women that don't have nothing to say. Ain't no seen that. Mm-hmm. Ain't no.
Does it exist? Even if she's not saying nothing, she can make things happen without saying a word.
Exactly. So we got quite a few people that's tuning in right now, man. And some of these women gonna go. And let me throw the question out there. We're gonna get to our topic as well. We're gonna go ahead and jump into our topic. But if Gerald Ford, President Ford, ex-President Ford, he said back in 1980, what I said was 89, I think it was, whatever it was, 84, 89, something like that, that we're going to get our first female president of the United States of America. They're going to vote a woman as the vice president, and the president, which is a man, is going to pass on, and she's going to become the president of the United States of America. He said he said back in back in 1989, I think it was, when he had the little discussion. What do you think? Everybody that's listening, give us a call, 678-381-1973. What do you think it's going to be like if we do get the first female president of the United States of America? Donald said that Hillary should have been it. Say she actually won, but she lost the electoral years and all that stuff. Y'all know how the electoral college and all that stuff. But she won the popular vote. But what do you think would happen if we get the first? If something would have happened to Biden, I pray it does not. But if something would have happened to Biden and Kamala Harris become the president, and then Pelosi, if I'm correct, will become the vice president, you have a female president and a female vice president. What would that do for this country? Y'all give us a call, man. Give us a call. I want to hear from y'all. Hear y'all heart. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. What would it be like living in the United States of America with a female president and a female vice president? What would be different? Would there be any improvements? Would there be some letdowns? Would Donald, can I do it? Can I do it, Donald? Can I do it, Donald?
Oh, that mercy. I'll be washing the dishes tonight.
What's gonna happen, Donald, when during certain time of the month? Certain things happen, certain parts of the month, Lord. Man, and heavens forbid if there's some kind of catastrophe that go on during that time,
you ever heard the expression, "I work just like you"?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. But honestly, I'm joking, but I'm serious at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would be a change if it wasn't for the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would be women.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because at a certain point, it didn't matter who you was. If you was a woman, you couldn't even vote. You didn't have a voice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You was property. You shouldn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So if it wasn't for the opposition, I think they would do a good job.
You think so?
Yeah, but at the same time, Lord have mercy. I'm going more to y'all today.
Look at here.
You make the bed.
There'll be a change of the guards, brother. A change of the guards. Lord, my Jesus. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? How you doing this morning?
I can't complain, man. Grand Rising, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, man. We asking the question, man, and Rico, I don't know. I think you had shared that video as well about Gerald Ford.
Talking about that old video?
Yeah, where he said we'll get the first female president.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my thing. What do you think? Go ahead. What do you think about that?
I believe it was obvious what he was saying because the United States is built on so much masculinity and aggression and machismo. It's a white man's world. This has already been understood. So when we hear a white man say it, we have to understand why he's saying was really true to read between the lines. That's pretty much what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no white man fixing to put up with no woman running their country.
Yep.
They doesn't do that. They always have treated women less than. I mean, they had this thing. I mean, not only did black people, but women, period, had to go fight for a right to vote too.
Mm-hmm.
So this mentality, and not only the mentality, but the ideology that this country was built on, it remains. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why they say history is important. If you don't know your history, you don't know what's going on, what direction you're going in, or why anything even happened.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the purpose of anything, and you don't have no understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is. We don't understand what he meant, but what he was saying was okay. They might nominate Geraldine Ferraro. They might nominate Hillary Clinton for vice president. But 9 times out of 10, the way the atmosphere is now with white males, she's gonna have to get in there through circumstance.
Yeah.
If she wants to make it.
What
It's
the way
gonna
it's
be
set
a
up?
situation, so I felt like he knew that was obvious because, when you know your enemy or when you know the people that you have to deal with and you know their mindset, then you pretty much know how everything else can go in the future. You don't have to be a psychic, but at least you gotta, you want to be a psychic, but you can be a good observer.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
And see, Rico, the thing about it, and we got another caller. We're going to come to you in just 1 second. Please hold on. The way it's set up right now, because he said it, man. He said there's going to be a man that's going to be the president, and he's going to elect a female to be his vice president. That's the situation we have right now. And we hope and pray that nothing happened to Biden. But if it does, then Ms. Harris will become the president of the United States of America. And I'm thinking that Pelosi will become the vice president because she's next in line.
Right, that's the way it would go. I mean, but like I said, this ain't the first time we would have been in this situation. I mean, just think, they killed Kennedy, John, and Robert.
Yeah.
So what's to say that they didn't kill Obama? If they killed Obama, Hillary would have made it that way too. So I mean, to be honest with you, some people probably thought that was the plot. Yeah, put Obama in there, knock him off, and then let Hillary get in there. President. That would have been a double whammy. First black and first white.
Yeah.
Imagine that. After taking a lie, that would have. So I mean, this question right here, pretty much, we've already been in this situation before, and then there's other countries that have when they run it, and they did just fine. So we can't fall for this American way of thinking.
Yeah.
Because we all know that sometimes it's bias and it's chauvinistic.
Exactly. Let me go to, we got a 404 area code, calling from the 404 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from? 404, you there?
It's Teresa. How you doing?
Hey, Teresa, good morning. How you doing, young lady?
I'm good.
Teresa, I'm glad you called, and one of the reasons why, because I know you are a young lady that has been in a leadership role for a long time over an organization that some people didn't want a woman to be the head of, NAACP. And so we're talking about right now, and this is not our topic, we're going to get to our topic in just a second, but what we're talking about right now is Gerald Ford said, I think it was back in 1984, 89, one of those two, that we're going to be in a situation where, because the little girl asked him, how can we have a female president? And he said the structure of it's going to be a man's going to be the president, but he's going to elect a female to be his vice president. And something's going to happen. He's going to, not be able to fulfill or get killed or something like that, or die or whatever in office. And she's going to be catapulted into the presidency of the United States of America. The way it's set up right now, that's the structure that we have, because if something would have happened to Biden, we certainly pray that it does not, but Kamala will become the president and Pelosi will become the vice president. Would it be better? Would it be better if we had a female president and vice president of the United States of America? What are the pros and the cons?
I don't think there's the only con would be because people just don't want women to be in leadership. I think it'll be no different than how it's been all these years. So I think one thing you'll know is something is going to change. It won't stay the same, and it will be a different kind of change. It'll be different than having mixed, because women, when they get in leadership, things change, things shift, right? But I must say this. Even if we have 2 women as leaders, we're still going to need the men to do their part too. I mean, the protector part is still true, no matter who is leading.
Okay.
So everything to change. I think everybody will be more educated. I think the United States as a whole may get some a reconciliation as it relates to racism, sexism, colorism, all of that stuff that plagues the United States right now. I think it will. I think things will have a different life at the end of the tunnel when you have the 2 women, 2 powerful women like that.
Okay. Now, you being one of those powerful women that we're speaking about in a leadership position, how challenging would it be?
It would be very challenging because women will go in and want to do the work, but when you get in there, you're going to be having to deal with personalities and people just not wanting you to be there, even though you have the experience, the intellect, and the willfulness to do it.
They have, and we're going to go to Captain Leonard. Got Leonard with us as well, but for many years, it's always been a saying that behind every good man is a good woman. And so, at what point do they expect women to stay in the background, or at what point can a woman stand and be that lead person? Not saying they're taking anything away from men. It's just that she's better at it. She's the one that a lot of times she's the one that give him that advice that he needs and lead him in the right way, and he go out there and implement what it is that she told him. Look at a lot of the women throughout history, a lot of the great men. The women are the ones that actually, this is what you need to do. Just do it like this, do it like this. And he go out there and implement her game plan. And it works. Why can't she do it? Captain Leonard, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Leonard, we know how you feel about this, brother, but I want people to hear you.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you
yeah,
don't.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I've been knowing you for a long time. But what do you think? What do you think the pros and the cons would be, Leonard, and how challenging would it be for a young lady to be the president and the vice president of the United States of America? How challenging would it go with the opposition that she'll be up against every day?
Well, she up against that opposition anyway every day. So it would be just for her to stand up on what she believes in, just like everybody else. Now, if she doubts herself, that's the biggest issue.
Okay.
If you can't take it, you can't take it.
Do you think Ms. Harris is prepared if that were to happen?
Yes. I mean, why wouldn't she be? That's why she was chosen in the first place. Remember, she ran for president.
Yeah.
So that was her intention.
Yeah.
And she was talented enough to be, and actually smart enough to be chosen by the person who ran for president. That's a very important position because she performs in his stead. She has certain functions even as a vice president that are separate from being president, which is far more interesting from a political standpoint. She's the tiebreaker in the Congress.
Yeah.
So she is involved in a lot of policy and law making and things of that nature, not to mention her background. She will come from there's nothing more shrewder than a district attorney.
Let me ask you this question, and I'm going to go to a few other people with this as well. With the way that they fought Obama tooth and nail, they fought him tooth and nail, man. Do you think they would fight her harder, being black, being a female, and all the other things that she have that's a part of who she is? Do you think they would fight her just as hard or harder than they fought Obama?
Even more so, because the issues are different. I mean, it just depends on what the issue is. Of course, you have those people who are still just that ignorant as it relates to a female being president. There's still people out there just that ignorant who, for some reason, act as if this is such a big deal. It's not. Women are leading countries around the world.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and there's no more powerful example
And
than the
doing it well.
Queen.
And doing it well, Leonard.
Yes, and Merkel and things like that. They've done excellent jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when we talk all that trash over here in America because we the most racist, xenophobic place in the world. And I'm not even gonna say that. We pretend to be one way, but we're really a certain way.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the identity problem that we have, is the fact that we're portraying ourselves as this open oasis of and bastion of freedom and opportunities, which we can be.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have a problem with racism, and we still have problems with sexism.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of men, white men specifically.
Mm-hmm. Donald and I was talking earlier about the Catholic Church and the evangelicals.
Mm-hmm.
How much of a play would they have in this whole situation, and a resistance?
They resist it. They're ignorant. They resist everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as far as the Catholic Church is concerned, or what have you, that's about power and money. It has nothing to do really with actual. I'm not going to even say that. I don't give these people the same credit as most of you do. How should I say that way?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
The Church of England does not represent anything to me other than no more than a regular gangster would.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never had a love for that particular church.
I find it very interesting. You said any other gangster would.
Yeah, I don't have no particular love for evangelicals at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or what I watch them and see what they do and what it's called. But to me, they are agents of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how they behave. And you can call it one thing, but we see what you're doing.
Exactly.
So you know, that's kind of much how I weigh things. She is more than capable of being president because she is vice president.
Mm-hmm. Tucson, what do you say to that?
There's no argument. Here it is. She's there.
Mm-hmm.
She's there. You think, and I don't know. See, because remember, Biden used to be the vice president. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
under
Obama.
African American Obama.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't stupid.
Yeah.
He's not stupid. You think that he didn't select her for a reason? Because she's not stupid.
Yeah.
She's not talk to her any kind of way. She's not gonna let you belittle her. She's actually a Michelle in a different manner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If Michelle would run, she'll probably win.
Oh yeah, I'll vote for
her. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other folks would, because they know she's not a stupid woman.
Mm-hmm.
She don't carry herself any kind of way, and you can't dictate to her. Remember how they made a big fuss out of Obama having a tan suit on?
Mm-hmm.
What the big deal? He wasn't naked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they talk about standards, but when it comes to 45, they set all of these standards aside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they wanted Michelle to do everything dressed the way that they wanted to, and she wasn't done that.
Mm-hmm.
And Kamala is no different.
Mm-hmm.
See, these folks that have their own mindset, and they think that they're the greater people. They get in these groups like the Republicans, or they get in the evangelicals, or they Roman Catholics or whatever they case, and they some of them, not all of them, have dyslexia.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Or they bipolar, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Or they just downright liars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, they think that this is our country.
Yeah.
What country you got?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Is our way or the highway?
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
then they select the most ignorant man that I have ever seen run a country.
Mm-hmm.
Now he ain't stupid. He's not stupid either.
Yeah.
He just has their mindset.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a pimp.
Yeah, he's running right along with them. Mm-hmm. Teresa, what's on your heart, sis?
Well, I actually agree with everything here that's been said. At this point, I like the way that you're saying that the vice president Kamala is experienced and skilled.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of goes back to, I think someone was just saying, it's amazing how women have to have the experience, the skill set, the look, the perception of, and some of the men that actually became president did not do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have that same criteria.
Yeah.
So I think what was going to happen though is we may end up getting women in. Sometimes you get a woman in leadership that don't have all of those the things on the checklist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is that okay, right? I'm kind of switching up on the way people look at things. I was listening at how you saying, well, they both could be president because they have the skills, they have the experience, they know what they're doing. What if it was someone who you didn't know literally they get in, and then they now in this leadership, and it's kind of like how 45 got in.
Mm-hmm.
45 got in, but he didn't have none of the skills. That's never been in a governmental nothing, right? Didn't even understand that, but because he had power and money, people put him in a position of power, or even more power, right?
Mm-hmm.
He personally didn't know what to do with it. And so the women get in there. I don't think, at this point in my life, I'm not going to be looking for all of those experiences. I'm going to be looking at, do you have a vision? Do you have a plan? Do you have a goal for the position that you're in?
Mm-hmm.
Usually we already have the experience.
Yeah.
We have the experience, we have the education, we have all of that, right? Just because we're in the United States, and that's kind of how it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell, if you're not popular or you don't get the votes, popularity votes and electoral votes, you can't become the president.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem we're going to have is if these two, they won't, it'll be hard to get elected, but appointed and selected, like if something happens, I think they're in a position to take on and keep things going.
Mm-hmm.
They can, the two women, Nancy and Kamala, can do that. They're in a position to do that. But then it's going to be extremely hard because we will not get the support of men to have two women. But it's kind of weird that we've all these years had two men that we supported and elected them. So there's something about that process and the mindset and the bias that we have to deal with. There's something to think about when we're discussing.
Exactly. We have another caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
You talking to me? It's your brother in service, Brother Pete. How you doing this morning?
Hey, Pete. What's going on, sir? How you doing this morning?
All right. How are you, sir?
Hey, doing well. Great having you, brother. You been listening for a minute?
I just tuned in. I saw the title for today.
Okay.
I saw a little bit of the conversation.
Okay, we're ready to get into our topic. We talk about something a little different right now. We're going to swing into our topic in just a minute. But what I want to ask you is this: Gerald Ford, President Ford, back in 84, 85, something like that. He was talking to some folks, and Lugar asked him when there'll be a first female president. and he said that, I don't know if he saw the clip or not, but he said that this is how it's going to happen. That there's going to be a president, which is going to be a man. He's going to elect a female vice president, and somewhere along that tenor, something's going to happen to him where he's not going to be able to fulfill his obligation, and so it's going to catapult the young lady into the president of the United States of America. Now, if that happens today, Ms. Harris will become the president of the United States of America, and what's the name? Pelosi will become the vice president. What pros and cons? How would that benefit? What are the advantages or disadvantages of having that leadership?
Well, in my opinion, they've been in politics and in the elected official arena. Camilla comes out of the judiciary. Nancy Pelosi has years of experience dealing with politics in D.C. She's a rehearsed, very experienced, true politician. She knows, she knows the good and the bad. She has been involved in the good and the bad. So we just would have a vice president that's extremely experienced in the systematic function of politics in this country, good and bad. And we have we would have a president, in my opinion, who I see personally as a chameleon. So I think it would be politics as usual with high estrogen.
Okay. So it won't be no elevation or decline. It'll be pretty much the same as it was.
I think it'd be pretty much the same as it is. It'd be business as usual.
Okay.
And it would probably be the flip side of Donald Trump.
Wow. Leonard, what do you say to that?
I missed that last part when he was talking about Trump.
He said it will be the flip side of Donald Trump.
Oh, but the issue of this, that, I found it even as a child crazy that people were talking about, we ain't gonna never have a black president.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, hell, I'll run for president. So I never had this issue that a black person wouldn't be president. But I know a lot of people used to say that all the time. We ain't gonna never have a black president. That shows how pessimistic they are. Because they couldn't even believe it would happen. Where I was just waiting on it to happen. I would have, I don't have, matter of fact, I want Harris to continue the work of Biden. There shouldn't have even been a link in between Democratic leadership with this Republican Trump. We would have been a lot further ahead. Diplomatically, militarily as well. We would have had more diplomacy being used and things of that nature and more infrastructure building. So I'm counting on Harris to be the next president to continue the leadership, the Democratic leadership. This will be Ford, I think, if I can remember, he wasn't very well liked. But he presided. Matter of fact, he pardoned Nixon.
Yep.
This was during a huge economic crisis and downfall. So he had to manage that as well. And then people don't remember some vice presidents, like the vice president, I think at that time was one of those rich, a Rockefeller. So there were things going on with Ford. Ford wasn't all that great. But he was there and he was present and he was doing the best that he could. Now, what people don't understand is the president of the United States is not someone that's so much better than everyone else. Look it up. The majority of you qualify to run for president of the United States. I mean, it's not a big deal as far as qualifications is concerned. You have to win the game. It's the game that costs a whole bunch of money. That's why people with it or people able to raise it are usually in the race. Thus, the whole thing about trying to get all that money out of politics, so to speak.
Yeah.
But we have to understand that one, everyone's always capable. There's no real reason why we shouldn't have had a woman president before, other than the fact that there is an agenda there was an agenda to keep a woman from being president.
Mm-hmm.
Just like to keep black people from being president, or black people from being citizens. It's the same devil doing the same old thing it's always done. So Harris is extremely intelligent. Condoleezza would have been an excellent president.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Clinton was probably one of the best Secretary of States. You have all these women in the chain of command that are definitely qualified. Look who did run for president. You got just like, what was the one insane woman that ran for president? Bachman. And all these other characters. Look who was the vice president. Was Sarah Palin.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't see the difference between Sarah Palin and Kamala Harris, you probably ignorant.
Yeah, exactly. Toussaint? Toussaint, you there?
Hey, just come back to he.
Okay. Okay. Teresa, what's on your heart, sis?
Mo.
Teresa?
Yes.
Yes, what's on your heart, sis? And we're gonna go to you, then we're gonna jump on our topic for a second. We're gonna transition over to our topic.
I think we're all in agreement. So I would say let's get to the topic at hand.
Okay, good deal. Well, I'm gonna start it with you, and I'm gonna ask you the question: what is the power? What is the power of a lie?
Oh my goodness! The power of the lie. Well, the only way the lie can have power is if it is ignited, right? We've seen that with how I know I'm speaking on politics, but the power of lie is not about politics. And I think we all know about this, but how in the world, I think about this one. There's a couple of two lies that I've been dealing with. One, how Trump thinks he won the election. That's a lie. That has a lot of power. That has gotten a lot of people ignorant by lighting that fire. But and then the other one is the one that I'm dealing with personally, is this idea of celebrating Confederacy. So those two, that's an example of how there's power in a lie, but it also shows you how deep people will go with a lie to the fullest. But it just always get me. If you told the truth, it wouldn't even stand the same.
Yeah.
And because of media, if you think about it from a media perspective, out of all the things that come up on TV, every day they still continue to post out the lie about the election was rigged.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Let the election be a lie. So why are we going to keep going into it? The same with the Confederacy. You lost. You are a traitor. Why do we have to keep bringing it up as if it was something good? Why are you trying to convince me that Confederacy was good? But if we were to talk about what you really did, when you licked people, when you put us in slavery, nobody wants to talk about that. The truth, you know?
Exactly. We we have another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Dr. Chance. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Hey, Dr. Chance, how you doing?
I'm well, and you?
I am doing well. Now, we was talking about the woman being the president and vice president. I don't know if you're listening to that part, but right now, And if you want to comment on that, you certainly can. But right now, what we're talking about is the power of a lie. The power of a lie. What is the power of a lie?
The power of a lie is destruction of the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
That destroys a lot of people's lives. And I was basically looking last night I was looking at the Tulsa massacre.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, as we know, certain people will not accept what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And after all of this is said and done, they basically blamed it on the African Americans that lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people actually believe that happened. You could actually see what happened, but they will believe that they would have blamed it on the black people there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying they basically try to destroy the blacks there. And I did not know about this until about 7-8 years ago. And so I'm wondering, how did I not know about this? But if you're not taught those things, you will never know. And that's why now I try to teach my children everything I know. Whenever I find out about anything about our history,
Mm-hmm.
I tell my children. And I wish that a lot of parents would start teaching their children things. Once you find out things, teach them, let them know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But that lie that occurred in Oklahoma is festers today.
Mm-hmm.
And many people try to act like they're doing something about it, but many are not. And so even though those ladies have suffered, the 3 survivors really suffered, no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything that occurred, they tried to make it out as a lie. And it's right in front of their face. A lie is very, very destructive, and it just continues to grow and continues to grow, and nothing is being done about it.
Exactly. Brother Pete, what is the power of a lie?
The old folks used to say, if you lie, you steal. If you
Mm-hmm.
steal, you're killed.
Mm-hmm.
A lie can be from one end to that disappointment, simply just disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
On the other end, it can lead to devastation and complete death and destruction. So the power of a lie is extreme.
Mm-hmm.
The untruth, the wickedness, the dishonesty, the very spirit of being against what's true is intense and immensely serious. So a lie, we can see the devastation of lies,
Mm-hmm.
on lies, or in lies, Lives. We can see that. We can see that here in this society. This structure here is built on lying,
Mm-hmm. Come on.
stealing, and killing.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the society today. Look at the history today. Look at what goes on today. You see an individual get gunned down and see them lose their life on film, and the narrative is changed to something else.
Mm.
The power of a lie. The power of a lie is extreme.
Yeah.
And it can be extremely dangerous. A lie can lead to a complete war between 2 nations. And that lie could have taken place between 2 or 3 individuals. And here we have involved hundreds of thousands to potentially millions of individuals who could be injured and killed simply because of a lie.
Wow. Rico, the power of a lie, brother. What is the power of a lie?
It's very powerful. I mean, the whole purpose of a lie is to deceive, called deception. And I think the greatest the trickster in the history of mankind, uses that tool to wreak havoc on everybody, wreak havoc on earth. So that's how powerful it can be. It can be so powerful, it can cause death. like Pete just said.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got weapons of mass destruction. That lie was never proven. That accusation was never proven.
Mm-hmm.
We just, wrapped our hand over and all. The guy that told us this, he was lying. Well, who is this imaginary guy? Why didn't y'all ever prosecute him for feeding y'all false information?
Mm-hmm.
You have so many of y'all soldiers that went over there and died off a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So many civilians in Iraq died off a lie. So you wonder why some of those Iraq people were just walking up behind soldiers, pretending to love them, and then putting guns to their head, blowing their brains out. They were being occupied on a lie.
Mm-hmm.
They were not only being occupied, but oppressed.
Yeah.
And treated so bad. Because you know how America is.
Exactly.
Even the black guys get in the military, take on that gong ho mentality. We're America.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest country in the world. And so they abuse people.
Yeah.
But this is the power of life. The power of life can cost you your life. Look at Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Liddell Lee. We don't have to go back to the early 60s or late 50s. Liddell Lee executed 4 years ago in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Now they just proven that he was innocent.
Wow.
Oh, 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you do it 4 years before you execute it?
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody lied.
Yeah.
Somebody lied somewhere. So let's talk about Ronald Green. So many different people throughout history has been lied on. And this is not only a black and a white thing, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, if you want to look at our history, we can go on for the next hour just writing out different people that's been hanged, lynched, executed based off a lie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Badger, what is the power of a lie? And good morning to you.
Lord, man. That's, oh boy. The creation of illusions or misdirection or misdirection. Like the Declaration Abraham Lincoln did. What's in your school book is not everything that's in that declaration.
Mm-hmm.
Not like there's just, and when you look at what all was done to the indigenous people of America, that's a whole nother section of nasty. So there's been so much lying and manipulation. I guess it's all related. And it's when you start digging into it, looking at it, looking through it, it makes you it could make a person very cautious about our government by a huge standard.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the Abraham Lincoln Declaration, it said that it only freed the slaves that wasn't controlled by the Union. So all of the Union could keep theirs. Here's a federal document that states that Abraham Lincoln wrote and everything, but he's the one that is always broadcasted as the one that freed the slaves. But what? That's not what his document says. Which is accessible to the entire public, by the way. So it's not hard to get hold of. You just have to go look for it.
Good deal. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? What is the power of a lie? Donald Toussaint, coming to you next.
People lie to get what they want, to get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the purpose of a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's always been around. People still lie to this day to your face. It's just as common as breathing. So for whatever reason people are lying, they're lying for their own personal gain. So whatever it is, that's what motivates a lie. So lies can be very dangerous. Lies can also stop a lot of things as well.
Is lying taught?
No, no, not really. No, I think that's very natural. It's very natural to lie about something you've done. It's as you grow up and learn right from wrong is when you know exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But kids lie to you. You ain't got to teach kids to lie.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't. If you anybody, y'all people on this phone have had children.
How much of lying is based on and we talk about from a children's standpoint. A lot of times they lie because they want to not get in trouble or think they're gonna get punished or something like that. So the first instinct that they do is to tell a lie.
Yeah, some kids lie because they think it's funny.
Mm.
They think it's a joke. They say, "I fooled you."
So as parents, shouldn't we have a responsibility of stepping in and correcting it and killing that lie right there and let them know the importance of telling the truth?
Well, if you're a decent parent, yes. But if you think it's cute, no.
Wow.
I mean, if you're a decent parent, that's what you would do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You certainly tell your child, "Don't lie to you."
Mm-hmm.
If anybody else don't lie to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the issue. You have to teach people about not to lie. People who don't have any morals or whatever have no problem lying.
Mm-hmm.
They lie for entertainment. I mean, it's no big deal to them.
Mm.
So, I've never been that type of guy to sit around and believe what everybody got to say. No way. Because I have a brain.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just tell me anything.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Tucson, let me ask you this question. And we like to be entertained. We like to be entertained, but and when we go to a movie or we go to some kind of theatrical play or whatever, aren't we being lied to?
If we don't be careful, we'll try to play it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all want to be movie stars.
Mm-hmm.
Check social media. Check social media.
Mm-hmm.
We think we bunch of movie stars. Yeah. I just thought about something. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can answer your question.
Yeah, go ahead.
But a lie sounds better.
Mm. Wow.
It always has, even from the beginning, sounded better.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what it is, we would rather believe a lie rather than believe God.
Wow.
That's just how we are. We may discredit the beginning when the serpent deceived Eve or whatever, and Eve did give it to Adam, but it was a lie. Look at what he said. He made it sound like the truth.
Yeah.
Made it sound like the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Rico mentioned, they never did find weapons of mass destruction, but many died because of it.
Because of the
we
lie.
went to war.
Mm-hmm.
We went to war because of that lie. Emmett Tears.
Mm-hmm.
The Oklahoma. Is it Oklahoma? Tulsa,
Oklahoma, yeah.
Did anybody ever get brought to justice because of that? Nope.
No.
Did they have one conviction? One arrest?
Let me ask you a question. One.
Okay.
What happened? That lie that happened on January the 6th.
Oh, that was just a bunch of patriots.
I mean, because Donald Trump, he initiated a lie, and see, my thing is, if you're gonna lead somebody, if you're gonna lead the troops, You can't go to your hotel or your house and lay down and just watch it play out, man. You're supposed to be there with your troops, man.
There was just a bunch of patriots.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Good old downright Americans. that he said I'll meet y'all down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he didn't say. But he didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he meant.
Yeah.
By saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And the story is that let's just move on from that. Let's not talk about that no more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it sounds good. It sounds good.
But it's not convenient. It's not convenient. But it's not convenient for their lie. It's not convenient for their lie, don't.
No, well, it depends on who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I mean, really.
Mm-hmm.
A lie just sounds better for some people. And then a lie is like standing in high wind at the highest peak of a mountain with a pillowcase full of feathers, letting them go and trying to retrieve them.
Yeah. You never get them all. You never.
Good.
Teresa, what's on your heart, sis? Rico, coming to you next. Teresa?
Sorry, you guys. I had someone come by, so.
Okay. Should I come back to you or?
Yeah, come back to me. Come back.
Okay, Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, man, that insurrection, man. It's just like what Donald said. You know, they want to lie and say it was just patriots being patriots or whatever, but it actually was a coup. But to me, what's bigger is the fact that you had Giuliani and Lindsey Graham get on camera and say things against Trump, or try to defend what they said that day at that rally, and then deny it the next day. Oh, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't what I meant. With a smile on their face. And so you know what this really let me know? The devil going crazy.
Yes, sir.
The devil going so crazy now. See, it used to be a point in time where they could play games and tricks like that and deceive everybody, but people wouldn't go back and forth and trade information to understand that the devil was at work. But now we got cameras and videos, and we got recorders that can get audio and see you saying this stuff. And they still come back and act like what we saw isn't true. They saw George Floyd's video and tried to say that needed caused him to die. It was drugs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You want to tell me that my eyes are deceiving me? So the devil got to be going crazy because technology gets the devil at work, and he'll still deny what we see him doing with it in plain sight. He might say somebody attacked him with a gun, but he was the only one who had a gun. And they'll stick to it. Then they got people that go along with it, like police unions or other congressmen that say, let's go to war. You know, so I mean, you know, that it can have such a huge impact, those lies. And then some people don't have any kind of consequences behind it. But it really just shows you how the atmosphere is that we live in now. How deceitful men can be. Up and down and out, from the bottom to the top. But you know, you asked the question earlier, where does lying come from? Lying comes from the minute a parent doesn't tell their child the truth.
Come on.
The minute a parent doesn't keep that word. The minute the parent says, we going to the McDonald's to get an ice cream cone tomorrow. Oh, Mom, we ain't got no swimming pool. Can we go swimming? Yeah, I'll take you swimming tomorrow. But then tomorrow comes and she's hanging out with the girls, her dad hanging out with the boys, shooting the bobo. So now children realize, wait a minute, you said you was going to do this or that, and then you didn't do it, and then when I asked you about it, you didn't correct it. See, now sometimes, you know, children do understand that parents make mistakes, and the parent can say, look, I'm sorry. I know I said we were going to do this and that. This is the reason why I didn't do it. I did not intentionally mislead you.
Yeah.
So that's when people understand, okay, it's not a lie. They didn't intentionally mislead me or deceive me. But when somebody says, you know, like I said, words speak, actions speak louder than words. When somebody says that they're going to do something and they don't do it, and they don't come back and apologize and let you know it wasn't intentional, that's where the lie comes from. So a child recognizes that. And they say, well, you know what? I could just say something, but not mean it. I could just say I'm gonna do something, but not do it. I can tell them anything I want to tell them, just get them out my face.
Yeah.
Hey, you got homework tonight? I already did it at school. You ain't did homework in 2 years. Now your report card got an F on it, but you got all A's on tests, but you just got zeros on your homework.
Yep.
Where these zeros come from? You don't know what to say. You've been lying. But where did you learn that from? Somewhere, mom and dad, your first teachers are your parents.
Yes.
So somewhere, if your parents don't keep their word, that's why your word is supposed to be your bond. Then a lie is going to be born from it. It's automatic. It's creation.
Exactly. Good deal. Dr. Cook, what's on your heart, sis?
I like what the gentleman just said. So basically, when you asked earlier, is a lie, is it learned? He's saying what kind of proof that a lie is learned? Because your children basically see what you do. It's just very the foundation of evil is a lie.
Absolutely.
That's one thing it kind of convicts me if I basically tell the untruth. So I'm convicted to always tell the truth because that's what's in me. I don't like to lie because it just leads to more lies. And that's what I teach my children. Always tell me the truth. And I know my children because I have them, and I can always tell when they're lying. And I had to teach them at a young age, tell me the truth. You get whatever you want if you tell me the truth. And I telling the truth is so important.
Yes. And
I had to basically instill that in them. And it took some years to instill that in them. And I said, word is your bond. Your word is your bond.
Yes.
The truth is you. But you've got to tell it. When you're trying to convince people of something, you got to tell the truth. That's the only way to be. You got to be truthful. And I'm saying that's the very nature of God. He's a just being.
yes.
His word does not lie. And we try every day to be more like God. And this is our reward. But if you lie, this is the other reward you will receive, and it's not reward that you want. So I'm just a person. I can recognize when a person lies most of the time because people will not look you in the face. Some people will. They're just that cunning.
Yeah.
But most people can't look you directly eye to eye when they're telling you a lie. And that's something that I learned to be able to recognize.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
Go ahead.
That's good. That's good. Badger, what's on your heart, brother?
Just thinking about all the things that we've been lied to about. The list is ever growing. As far as the kids, man, it's always been hard for me to understand because I see so many people, and I even remember it being done to me, lying to their kids about Santa Claus, lying to their kids about the Easter Bunny, and so many other things, and then get upset when they start lying. And I'm like, you taught them to lie. Why? I mean, it would only make sense that they would, or they start, defending themselves, because they don't want to get yelled at or in trouble. So, of course, they're going to try to figure out how not to get in trouble. It's all about what we teach them that is acceptable or not. And then at the same time, they go to these public schools and everything else, and they'll learn even even more about how lying is acceptable and things like that. So it's rough right now.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It really is. Donna, what's on your heart, brother? Toussaint?
I'm working on this mute button, man. I'm working on the mute button.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question. Who told a kid that's about 2 years old, maybe even 18 months old, to hide their hand behind their head, behind their back when they stole a cookie out the cookie jar? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
For a friend, okay. That's a good friend you're asking for, brother. But
I mean, nobody taught him that. Or rather, let me throw this out here. When the kid is crying and nothing's wrong with him, all they just want is attention. See how people flock to a lie? It's for attention. We do it every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even when they say it's not a lie. Let me just throw a lie out. They say something that they say is a lie, and I want to ask a question. What's wrong with Jesus? And who Jesus is it? I'm just saying. Maybe I'm just wrecking the conversation, but you know, some say that's a lie. How about the Bible that everybody uses? That when they want to make a point, they want to use a scripture, but they say it's a lie in first place. So why do you use part of what you say is a lie to make your point? Is there any truth to it?
Let it be known.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I mean, we throw things out there as the truth. Oh, we can come into some knowledge. Oh, cause you got a book that discredits a book that you written by a man, that the other book is written by a man. Your truth is truth. Well, who lied? When man is a liar at the beginning.
Yeah. Exactly. Teresa, are you free?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. What's on your heart, sis?
So I was sitting here thinking. That. I know, right? Even the word says the truth can set you free. So maybe no one wants to be free.
Wow.
It's the reason why people tell a lie. So when we sit here and think about freedom, right? You got to tell the truth. And a lot of people have been, I think, like what everybody has said, either been taught, trained, or been allowed to just tell a lie and be comfortable with the lie. But when it's time to tell the truth, or you're trying to be free, you don't want to tell the truth. So therefore, you stay in bondage. Yeah. So I was just having a little thought there, about being free. Do we really want to be free? If we want to be free, we just need to tell the truth. Just a little different context, but I do agree with everything everybody's bringing up and shedding some light into the lie, and then to telling everyone and training people to tell the truth. Do we really want the truth? I mean, people don't want to tell you the truth. Exactly. They just don't want to tell you the truth. Even if you were telling someone, "Oh, you look so good," and they may not even look good. We're being taught to tell a fib to make folks feel a certain way.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Pete, what's on your heart, brother?
I'm just listening to the panel and how we went from natural and now we going into the spiritual aspect of the spirit of lying, the spirit of untruth.
Mm-hmm.
It brings to mind how crafty the spirit of dishonesty is. Mitch McConnell said yes, Donald Trump did incite that insurrection. He was involved. He's responsible. He did it. We all saw it. He's wrong. He's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you vote on us holding him accountable? I vote no.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
We talking about the very spirit of dishonesty. So I'm listening, and that just came to mind. It's identifying just how really deep rooted. You know, we see it on the natural side, but it's coming from the inside, in the inner fiber of our hearts, of our being, that blood pumping heart, but your soul heart, the inner part of our existence that we can't touch and see. And there lies a root of wrong that's just blocking it. It's just sitting there simmering and waiting for an opportunity to come out and become a world-renowned superstar.
Wow. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
You know, the people that are very much, let's say, you know, some people who would rather tell a lie than the truth, because that's how they do business.
Yeah.
That's the type of people that they are. That's why you should not trust them, because they lie so much. So, you know, I'm never really that shocked about them, because you can tell that they're that type of people. You know what I'm saying? By the way they behave.
Yeah.
Like I said, you admit all this stuff and then sit there, but you won't take no action against it. You still don't want people to find the truth, because you're still fighting against the commission to investigate the truth of the matter. So there is definitely a benefit to lying, because many have benefited from lies. So once it becomes beneficial,
Does it last though, Leonard?
it lasts long enough for some people. You know, this thing that we somehow believe that all this moral decency is out here is ridiculous. I never think that the next person I meet is probably a liar.
Yeah, stop. Say that again. Say that again. Then reach back. Say that again.
I mean, this is not this huge utopia of great people that don't lie. I mean, from the beginning of just my little time here on Earth, I've probably been told several lies every day. That's why I really do appreciate my parents and the moral and ethical guidance to understand the difference between right and wrong. You still got grown people walking around here, well, who's to say what's right and who's to say what's wrong? Let's just say you're a liar. How about that? Because that's what you are. And you use it to justify whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
Omissions of the truth are not lies. Lies are intentional, done for a purpose. And once you realize the people that lie a lot, these are not people you want to be around.
No.
Because you'll finally feel like you can't trust them. For instance, something just simple for me. I'll meet you at 6 o'clock. Okay. But you're never there at 6. Man, I'm gonna get with you though. Okay. Because I have nothing but time. Nothing but time to wait. So I'm just gonna see how many times you're gonna lie to me. Over and over. And I will never trust you after that. I don't care about how many apologies you make. And it's nothing personal. You're just a liar.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the capability to
express the truth.
Tell the truth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You that's why you can't be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I found out about the truth is the truth ain't always good neither. Because the truth can hurt your feelings as well. Some truth make people go kill themselves. Okay? So that's like carried away that the truth is the cure-all either.
I think some people
you can tell the truth and be sick.
Yeah, I think some people, if they're sane, in the right state of mind, would I know I would. I can't speak for everybody. I speak for me. I'd rather deal with the truth than to deal with the lie.
Like I say, it's not. You're on the wrong end of it.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about liars, not people who being lied to. We're talking about liars.
Gotcha.
People who lie. And don't separate yourself so far from those people unless you have a practice that keeps you from lying.
Good. That's good.
If you have moral ethic, some type of any type of morality or ethics, you should not be perceived as a liar.
Yeah.
Like, say, for instance, usually I show people, point people in the right direction of information and things like that. So you just don't sit around and think I made it up. I'm a footnote type of guy. Because I don't want you to just take my word for anything. I'm giving you this information. I'm sharing it with you. It's your job to go find out whether it's the truth or not.
That's good. Rico, do some people believe their own lies?
Of course. That's the reason why they work. That's the reason why they get by. You got con artists. Con artists. Look at Bernie Madoff. People good at deceiving. You know, I mean, the devil did a good job training some people. Or some people just did a good job learning how to be like the devil. But I got a question. Is April Fool's Day celebrated around the world? Or is that just a Western culture thing?
I think that's just a Western culture.
Now, with that being said, in some countries and in some religions and some cultures, they don't play that deception thing. But for, you know, like with Little Within, I agree with what he was saying. Sometimes a person lies and it's for the best benefit of their survival. They may lie to people going to prison. Ain't nobody finna admit to killing nobody. Not that they don't want to go to prison. I don't think nobody want to go to prison for the rest of their life. Yeah, I did it. So, you know, people lie most of the time for their survival. And then some cultures don't play that. So now I look at Western culture. You know, we are open-minded and free thinkers and this and that. But somewhere we minimize the impact of a lie, the consequences, and made it minor. Oh, I'm just playing. I ain't lying, I'm just playing. See, when I was coming up, when I was young, I used to be one of the most naive people on the planet because I believed what everybody said. I didn't know anybody would have a reason to lie. But then I had aunts and cousins came in, oh, I was just playing. Sometimes they weren't playing. Sometimes that was an excuse to cover up for the fact that they intentionally tried to deceive me. But see, now we made deceit seem like a child's play. We just playing. I was just tricking you. Ain't that what the devil's job is, to trick me? Oh, but we were just playing. They make it fun and games. Now we turn it into a holiday. April Fool's. And you know what I always felt when I first found out about an April Fool? Or whenever I heard somebody say, I'm just playing, in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I guess I need to change and conform to accept this type of behavior. But deep down inside, they lie.
Yeah.
Whether it was a small lie or a big lie, they deceived me. Why are you taking it so seriously? I'm a serious person.
Yeah.
I always have been a serious person. So I'm naive to this day. I can read between the lines, though. You know, talking about a personal situation that me, you, and Toya both know about.
Yeah.
It was somebody came around that was doing a lot of lying. I was able to discern I knew that was lies from the very beginning. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have some great actors and pretenders. And in this country, everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be an actor or pretender. And that's our culture. That's Western culture. So we are part of it. I think we the only one. I ain't gonna say we the only one on this planet, but this culture over here is probably dealing with some of the issues that a lot of people don't have to deal with. Lies and honesty. I don't think they have to deal with that problem in China too much.
Exactly. Donald, what's on your heart, brother?
I don't know. It just sounds like if I just say this, not the truth, it would bring more attention to my agenda. So best thing to do, rather than just tell the truth, just tell a lie. Wow. My parents, I think some of you all's parents would do the same thing. Say no matter what's going on, just tell me the truth. But don't let me catch you. Don't let me catch you in a lie. But we'll try it anyway. I can remember that growing up. But I think the main thing about a lie is it sounds better, and okay. Who discovered America? How you gonna discover? I remember the guy in the car, and he said, "I discovered this car."
Yeah.
You know? Same scenario. So we live in a lying land. Freedom. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I mean equal. Was that a slip of the tongue, or that was just the truth really came out just now?
Exactly. Don, you summed that, Don. Dr. Cook, do some liars believe their lies?
Yes, they do. Because they haven't been taught any other way. And some people just like to lie because it sounds good. I was just taking it as what everybody else was saying, and they're educating me. You all are educating me.
That's good. Teresa, what's on your heart, sis? Is it an issue, Teresa? When is it an issue, and how large of an issue is it when these liars do believe their own lies?
It's a big issue, and it ended up being in a debate. But I like how the gentleman just broke down the truth that is a lie. All men are created equal. Yeah, right. I'm just laughing because it's like it is those things that created or the United States of America is built on a lie.
Yeah.
And now that it's being unfolded, the truth is coming out. People don't know what to believe, and then they still say this is a great country.
Wow.
They say this is still a great country, but it's a lie. Even when he said, "Who discovered America?" That is too funny. But it's those type of lies that we're dealing with today, right? Like I was telling you, we're dealing with the Confederacy and the idea of the daughters of Confederacy wanting to celebrate Confederacy on the taxpayers' the taxpayers'
Mm.
property. It don't make any sense, and I'm saying now, if you want to celebrate your own heritage, put it on your own property.
Yeah, yeah.
But as a taxpayer, we're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you deal with people who say, well, it's the law. I said, let me explain something to you guys about the law. If it was the law, then you too today, if we would have kept things like they were, you would look at us as if we're not a person, because the law stated that we were 3/5 a person.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about the power of a lie, it is in the life that we live every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to change it. It's time for even us as a people to come together and say, we're not going to stand on this lie anymore. And we too have to be trained to tell the truth, and tell the truth, I guess, tell the truth when it's really necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's necessary today because we've been silent too long on the lives of Black people, the lives of Black culture, and the lives of Black communities.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for us to tell the truth so that we can walk in our freedom. We may never be free in this country, but we should be able to walk in our freedom. So I'm just kind of in a tangent right now, but all of this is good because it literally lets you know how powerful a lie is.
Mm-hmm.
But it too is the truth just as powerful.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning, man. This is Bishop. Mountain, Georgia.
Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm doing wonderful.
Man, I know you've been listening for a while, so catch us up, man. What's the power of a lie?
Oh, man, a lie can mess around. My mom said this years ago, a lie can make it across the country, but the truth make it up the hill. And I believe I listened to Rita as she was speaking, and we have to really walk in our truth. You know, be tell the truth about it, and stop trying to put a band-aid over history. When Tucson quoted, it is self-evident that all men are created, you know, and we're not all created equal. Yeah, there is equality with God, but in man's eyes, no. Being 3/4 of a citizen or a human being is a shame. I'm all human, and I was gonna throw a little pun in that. Like when I moved from my country to this great nation of America, talking about Mississippi. You know, Mississippi is part of the United States, but man, it's so backwards in Mississippi and so many other, deep South states, deep Southern states, man, it's ridiculous. But I walk in the truth of who we are and what we are, and I don't let any man or woman, you know, destroy me as a person and denigrate me as a man. So we just got to continue to fight our fight as they fight theirs, and just believe what we believe and know what we know. Exactly. Don't believe a lie. A lie can do some serious damage. And it really messes up a lot of people's minds. But I really stand on the truth, and that's where I stand all my life.
Badger, how difficult is it, Badger, when a liar is believing their lies, and you trying to have a conversation with them?
Man, I think there's a lot of half information that's put out there. And some people are just very much stuck in a one-sided mentality. It's when I look out there, I just see a lot of misinformation, misdirection, you know, all of that kind of stuff. You know, like everything from people picking and choosing verses out of a Bible to picking and using different parts of history, picking and using, like, it's not thorough. You know, you're not reading the whole chapter of where those verses are. You're not looking at the whole thing of why a war was started or done. You're not, like, there's so many details and people just like to pick and choose what fits their narrative. Is that lying, or is that like what could that be considered if they're picking and choosing based on their narrative, their point of view?
Badger, let me ask you this question. What is the difference in lying, excuse me, lying and concealing the truth?
And what?
Concealing the truth.
You know? One more time.
What is the difference between lying and one that conceals the truth?
Ain't they about the same thing?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So that was my way of answering your question right there.
Okay.
Sometimes a person can say, I'm not lying. I'm just not telling you the truth. I'm not. I know the truth, but I'm not telling it to you. I know
I
what
could.
it is. I'm not lying. I'm just not. I'm not telling you though. I'm not gonna say.
Okay, I could see that for most of those situations, but you can tell most of the time when a person is being like that versus when a person is just it's almost like I don't know if it's done on purpose or because as they've grown up
A lot of times.
there's this narrative, so that's all they're paying attention to.
But Badger, truth of the matter, a lot of times it is intentional. They just don't want they just don't want to tell you the truth. It's very intentional. And to me and to a lot of people, that's lying too. Because if you know the truth and you just conceal the truth and not telling me what the truth is, I think you're to a certain degree. I think you're lying to me. Pete, what do you say to that?
Wow.
Pete?
Well, see, we talking morality, and then we kind of talking law too. Because there's somebody who said, "I will not tell a lie."
Wow. And that was a lie.
I did not chop down the cherry tree. Lord have mercy. Well, now, did he actually physically, did he actually physically chop down a cherry tree? Or was that a symbol of something? See, if I don't say anything, am I lying if I just don't answer? Did you, and I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Okay, but in that scenario, Pete, do you know what the truth is? You just choose not to say it, not to voice it.
I think I would hope that in sound mind you would know the truth, but you choose not to speak it.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
See, now that's what I mean. We crossing over into law now. See, man's version of law. We leaving morality and coming into law. Well, technically, I did not tell a lie. I didn't say I don't know the truth. I didn't respond.
They playing on words now, basically.
Getting into man's form of law.
Wow. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
You know, I don't believe in people sitting around running their mouth all the time. What I don't tell you is my business. I don't have to tell you nothing. So when you say it's not the same thing. If I tell you the truth, I tell you the truth. But what I am not is I'm not going to sit here and just tell you everything I know. Why? That don't make sense. I mean, you just walk up and just start telling people your business.
But see, my thing, and I guess it would depend on the situation and circumstances surrounding it. But if I'm dealing with somebody that's supposed to be close to me, and say I'm use Rico as an example, if you don't mind me doing so. If me and Rico in a situation, and he know what the truth is. He know what the absolute truth is about that situation. You know, this is this, this is this, and this is this, and he don't tell me. And we boys, right? I'm gonna feel some kind of way, man. Hold on, bro. You knew, and I'm sure it's vice versa. If I know, and I know something that he should know, and I conceal it, and I don't tell him, he gonna feel some kind of way. Hey, Ryan, man, hold on, man. That cat said you knew about this, man, and you let me go down there and get into the situation where you already knew what was going on. You knew the police was down there waiting on me, man, and you ain't even tell me. I'm sure he gonna feel some kind of way. We gonna speak on that, bro.
That still wouldn't make him a liar, though. You see now, to me, if you deceiving somebody, that is floating in the same boat as manipulating somebody or misleading somebody.
Isn't
Now
deception lying?
Say it again.
Isn't deception the same as lying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Deception, misleading, manipulating, those all float in the same boat together. But that's omitting, omitting the truth. Say, for instance, you tell one part, but you leave out the rest of the vital information. You still misleading them. So they float in the same boat. But me just keeping my mouth shut is just me refusing to be involved. I might be being funny. I might be hating on you. I might be a coward. Whatever it is. But if I didn't spew something out of my mouth to mislead you or to send you in that direction, then I didn't lie to you. If I didn't tell you to go down and go to jail, then I didn't lie to you or manipulate you into doing that. But yeah, I agree with you when you want to tell parts of the truth and then leave out the rest of it so it can mislead somebody, you essentially lie. But now if you know the truth about something, but you just refuse to open your mouth, no, you're not a liar. You just somebody that just kept your mouth shut.
Dr. Cook, what do you feel about that?
I just believe that a person that tells a lie, that they don't really think about what they're saying. They just basically just keep talking and they don't think. Person that normally tell the truth, they normally think before they react. A liar just basically just go ahead and react. And I agree with what the gentleman just said.
Okay. Pete, talk to me, brother.
So, your wife that you love so much, don't take it personal. I'm just speaking in general.
Yes, sir.
We know you all love your wife. You're madly in love with her and everything.
Yes.
And we find out that she bumping the triple X porn ugly with somebody, and we've seen it all. You want me to tell you that?
Yeah, I would. I want to know.
But I also know that your love for this woman is intense. You might respond unfavorably, swiftly in your emotions. So am I lying because I know and I don't tell you? Or am I looking out for your best interest and potentially her best interest and potentially the other individual's best interest? Because I know you armed like, a former Marine and tend to spaz out with lethal weapons. So is that lying?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I can see that, but at the same time, that's still. I don't know if that takes away from the lie, though. I understand. I understand what you're saying. You want to protect it, and you see the bigger picture of what can happen in that instance. But at the same time, we got somebody with some background noise. Everybody that's on the phone line, mute your line if you're not talking. We got a lot of background noise coming. But my thing is this right here. I don't think that takes away from the lie, though. There's good intentions there, and you're trying to look out for my best interest. But still, there's a lie, though, isn't it?
Did you ask? You don't know. I know. You haven't asked me directly, do I know? I know. And I choose not to express that to you.
And that goes back to what we said earlier.
Flip it in another.
Okay, hold on. But Pete, that goes back into what we said about concealing. Concealing is the same as lying, though. Doesn't that go back into that?
It touches on it for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
It touches on it in a form. It touches on it. But I'm gonna give you another angle.
Okay.
So Mayor Daley Jr. is brought up on charges, and when he got on the stand, they asked him, "Do you recall this incident? What do you know about this incident?" He said, "I don't recall." The next question they asked him, he responded, "I don't remember." The next question they asked him, he responded, "I don't know." And he kept repeating those three answers for every question. So he gave you an answer without answering at all.
Yeah.
Was he lying? Was he lying? He might have been lying because he probably did remember.
Yeah.
And he probably did now. So
Exactly.
you see, we dealing with a form of morality on one hand, and then we getting into how man's law operates on another hand. But I'm gonna go back with living, you know. Just learn how to shut your mouth. I mean, you don't have to say everything. Sometimes you just talk too much, and you end up lying. Haven't y'all heard the old folks say people that talk all the time lie?
Yeah.
You never heard that?
Yeah.
Somebody who just always running their mouth.
It's a line there somewhere.
Just can't shut up. You know, man. Come on, man. You just got diarrhea of the mouth. And there's probably a lot of untruth wrapped up in all that message coming out your mouth.
Exactly. Bishop, what's on your heart, sir?
Man, I'm just listening, thinking wholeheartedly about this country, the formation of it, and the kidnapping from the native land to bring them here to make them subjects and see them worse than they do animals, in my opinion, based on some of the history of the report there is. But as people's talking, and their whole saying, silence is bliss. But it's my discretion to only share any of my information with anybody. But one thing I've always lived in the presumption of my father, he told me as a child, the great old man has, is his word. If you cannot be true to your word, you ain't worth nothing. So I vowed at an early age that somebody asks me, I'm going to tell them, I'm going to tell them the truth. Or I won't tell them nothing, because if I don't want to tell them, I don't have to tell them anything. Good memory gives me that privilege and the right that I don't have to say nothing. So it's on you if you want to perceive something the way you want to perceive it. If I don't share my information, you say you're lying because you won't say it. Well, you ain't going to believe it anyway. So if I tell you the truth, you ain't going to believe it. If I tell you a lie, you'll believe it. Then again, if I tell you a lie, you may not believe it. So what the heck am I going to do? Just keep it moving, and you do what you want to do, and I do what I want to do, and it's going to be all right at the end. One thing I learned, I don't need to tell you everything, and it's my discretion to go and tell you anything.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Teresa.
So Big Bishop said the uncomfortable truth, right? I mean, or the comfortable truth, or the uncomfortable. Wait, how did it go? The comfortable lie, or the uncomfortable truth. What you want?
Exactly. And watch this. I'm gonna go to Teresa. Teresa, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What is an inconvenient truth?
Inconvenient truth. Inconvenient. Telling someone something that they don't want to hear. Telling them the truth. Like, okay, you know, somebody could get up and they wear the braid. It's like the guys, when the guys wear the braid or the lock, and then you go ahead and tell them, man, you can't. You need to cut your braids because you know you need to have a haircut. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. It's their own truth, and that's just your opinion. Even though you and I know that there are places where you can't go where people are not accepted to the hair style. So inconveniently, now you tell me that. I don't want to hear that.
Wow. Badger, what's on your heart, brother?
Just same old. You know, and the crazy part is when you talk to other people and you try to either extend on you know, what they're saying. Like finishing, you know, saying all of the verses that are associated with what they were saying, or giving them the information of where to go find certain things, like the stuff about Abraham Lincoln, you know, sharing that with them and stuff. I don't know how many times I've seen people throw away handouts, copies of it, trying to say that it's just a conspiracy theorist and that's not what really happened, and so on and so on, or, you know, would just flat out ignore you, even though you're saying you're reading from the same book as they are.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't, they have their way of how they look at it and they don't want to change it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes is it really worth saying something at all if, you know, if you figured out that some people are just closed minded and that's the only way they're going to view it.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Yeah, that's true. Now, Rico, are all liars bad people?
No, no, no. Um, Sometimes people lie to you because you know there's something that you need to hear that time to keep you from going crazy. Maybe it's just temporary. Maybe they just need to lie for you for the time being to get you calmed down. Sometimes the lie will be everything is okay. Everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. Just calm down.
Yeah.
Everything ain't gonna be all right. You might be crying. Gotta go ahead.
Let me ask you this, and one of the things I want to ask you is what Public put on the screen, and he said, "Do these pants make me look fat? Or are you going to lie?" And that's one situation right there. But if you if you walk up on an accident, a car wreck, and you say, "Oh man, that's Blase Blase's car," and you run over there and you see him and they're in a real bad way, man, and you get them out the car, and you know you really don't think they're gonna make it, and they look up at you and say, "Man, am I gonna die?" What do you, at that moment, Rico? What do you say?
You tell them you hope not. See you see that's the reason why you would lie. Sometimes you might look at somebody and tell you know what they talking to me right now, but they don't realize that they decapitated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean,
So what I got to do is I got to get them to relax and give them some kind of hope, so
yeah.
they won't go into shock. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a time and a place for everything, you know. But I want to go back and address something that Bishop said because I sort of walk along this line, and I've been this way since I was young. I don't like liars. I don't like opportunistic people. I don't like manipulators. And like I said, the first minute I realized what a lie was, even when people said April Fool, I was just tricking you, or Santa Claus. Even with my parents, look, my parents divorced before I was 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I remember most of my Christmases.
Yeah.
I remember hearing the Santa Claus story, and I also knew better when I went outside my trailer. I didn't see a chimney.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Y'all say he must come through our back door. Wait a minute, we got to stop telling him that Santa Claus story. He asking too many questions.
Yeah.
So I was observing enough and had enough common sense to realize something ain't right. Then when I started finding Christmas presents, if I see this stuff right here up under that tree, I was right. They was lying the whole time. No big deal. But then you start thinking about the foundation of this country. And you know what everybody said. This is funny to me. Everybody says the bad thing about a lie is that you got to keep telling one to support the person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at America. And we just joined this military. We just joined this police force. We participate in everything America got to do, but we still forget that America is built on a lie and it's built on a more continuous lie. And if it got exposed and held accountable for the lies that it was told, America wouldn't exist. America would be decimated if it was penalized for every lie, every truth. I don't even call it a lie. Every inconvenient truth. If America was held accountable for every inconvenient truth, then America would fall. It would crumble, just like Israel. Yeah, Israel and the United States is really a facade, if you ask me. You know, because the whole history is a lie, and we practice it, and then we have to learn it. And if we go to school and we don't pass those tests on those lies, we are considered dumb and failures. So now we got to conform, and we got to accept lies to be successful. That's the American way.
Yeah, that's true. Teresa, what do you say to that? Now, your friend was in an accident, and she's sitting there, man, and you're holding them, and you know she's not gonna make it, but she look up at you, Teresa. She say, "Am I gonna die?" Teresa, what do you say?
I probably wouldn't. I know I wouldn't say anything because I'm spiritual too. I don't know when people are gonna die, so I believe that only God knows when you're gonna die. So I wouldn't even speak it, right? So I don't know if that's me. I'm withholding the truth, even if I know, because I just literally don't speak death on people, right? I just don't do that. It is a funny thing that you asked me that. That actually happened to me. My best friend was like that with cancer, and she was saying, "T, you think I'm gonna die?" And I'm like, "No, girl, we got so much stuff we gotta do." You know?
Yeah.
So in a time of that, with that example, I don't speak death. I always speak life. So, so I would not answer that question. I'd be like, "Oh, we good. You good. You're gonna live." You know, that's more of a comfort. And you and I know this. Even in the spiritual, we still live eternally. So, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that because that's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hey, Donald, what would you say to your friend, Donald? Now, you got him out their car. He been in a car accident. You got him out the car, and he's laying there, and in a very bad way. And Donald, you look at it, and there's no way you can think that this person is gonna make it. And they look at you, man, and they bust out the words. They fight themselves to say these words. Man, am I gonna die? Donald, what do you say?
Hold on. Unfortunately, I would have to do as much. I don't know if that's a line. If you do as much as you possibly can to make sure that you're comfortable and encouraged, what does it really matter at that point? No. What you say. If you know that, and you don't know, we don't know.
Yeah.
To ask you a question, because even in I see people in dying moments that survive. So you really don't know.
Yeah.
And I thought about a question that most of America or society, one question that would possibly make most people alive. One question. That question is, are you sure? So even in that scenario, if the paramedics shows up that possibly can do something, and there's always the possibility of a miracle. So you do everything that you possibly can to meet them where they are, even to the point where you say, just hold on, just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. So am I lying to them? All I'm doing is trying to get where my friend, because I'm at that point, I'm preparing myself to lose a friend, and so I don't want to say, man, you gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, there's some people that I don't want to visit me if I go to the hospital. Because you know what they're gonna say? You know what they're gonna say?
What's that?
Man, you sure look bad. You sure look bad. Come on, man. I'm here. Here I am. I'm in pain.
Hey, you got your wheel worked out?
Boy, don't look like you gonna make it.
Will you please? Will you please? And you know, there's some people that I done already made arrangements that I don't want them at my funeral. crying and spitting and doing all that stuff, don't show up. Don't come. I have instructions to make sure they escort you out. For real.
Exactly. We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. I want to circulate this question to a few more people before we leave. But I'm gonna ask this one question. I want everybody to think about it for a second. And whoever the first person to give me the right answer, I'm gonna cash out them $5 today. Simple question though. Let me make sure I verbalize this thing right, because I don't want to just give my money away. What's the one question, regardless of when you ask, the answer is always yes, but you can never answer it. Leonard, what do you do in that situation, man? Your friend is laying there, and you know that he ain't looking good, and they muster up the strength, man. They very weakly ask you, "Am I going to die?" Leonard, what do you say?
I don't know. I don't know if you're going to die. That's the answer. I don't know.
But before you do, you got that $20 alone you last week?
No.
Oh. I got some humor in there, brother.
Yeah, I know. You know I like to cuss too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What you know me, man, I ain't dramatic. I'm really not. It's always raw with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to get into all that extra.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a good friend. And if you my friend, you know me and I know you.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that me and my very good friends have in common is talking to one another openly.
Yeah.
And not being so judgmental and helping one another through difficult times, bringing some type of rationale to a situation or sharing and asking your best friend's opinion. My best friend is my best friend. And I have confidence in him because we've known each other since we were children.
Yeah.
I have those types of friends. I don't allow people so close to where, I'm wondering about them. So it's great to be in their company because they're not shocked about certain things or we think alike on certain things. Now it's become this thing like, say, for instance, you think you a friend with somebody and then as soon as y'all don't agree with something, now they don't put everything you said out in the public.
Exactly.
This back and forth that happens with people. Somebody lying. And the fact that y'all going back and forth about it means
Exactly.
Because one, I won't speak to you again or there's going to be a physical altercation. Because I'm going to get sick of you lying and I'm going to ask you to get out of my face because if you don't, I may hit you in your face. Just for the audacity, you're going to stand here in front of me and tell a lie. I don't give you the opportunity to tell the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
My sons will tell you. I tell both of them, especially the oldest one, if you got to lie, don't speak to me. Period. Just don't speak to me.
Don't say nothing.
Nothing. Keep your mouth shut. Sometimes I tell somebody, my children, stop talking before you lie. Stop talking before you lie.
Exactly. Let me do this, Linda. We got another call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, it's crazy to see. I'm calling from early for tomorrow, but late for the day. What's up, y'all?
What's going on, sis? Good to have you. How you doing this morning?
It's dawn.
We talking about
nine.
Yeah.
We talking about nine. That rose my spirit. Oh, they talking about. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna do that. My bad.
Let me ask you this question though, Toy, and this is a real sensitive question. You driving down the road and you see an accident, and when you get close, you look. Oh man, that's what's the name car? One of your best friends, right? And so you get out your car, go over there, check on them, and you get them out the car, and you land on the ground with them. They're in a real bad situation, Toya. Bad situation. And with all the strength that they got, they look up at you and they look you in your eyes and say, "Am I gonna die?" Toya, how do you answer that question?
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna die. You better get to praying in the name of Lord. You said you're gonna be. I don't know about them. I'm gonna be some plain food, honey. Everything God said or something He said He had is gonna get cold all right now today. But I don't know if you're gonna die, baby. I hope you ready. I hope you ready. Is you right with the Lord, baby? You believe you accepted you because of your Lord and Savior? Yeah, well, just in case, honey, because I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm a firm believer. I'm just telling my at this point in life, I'm like, don't you tell yourself you're gonna die. I don't want you to die. You want to die? Okay, well, you better not start thinking I'm gonna die. You better start thinking live. Like I'm on that level right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't know you've been there and done that with the Lord. I've already been there, and you got to bleed and you're gonna die. But you do that, Lord, what you need to do? So I'm too far beyond somebody speaking or thinking death. I feel like if you believe it in your mind, yeah. You believe it in your heart, and I believe it. I can't even say if you was right, because I'm telling you right here, when the Lord caught me, I got right. But you still hear me, and you still saved my life from a situation that I could die from. So say, my friend, honey, I'm going to just remember you better than you remember the Lord, honey. I need to know this from your bones, from your soul, from the inside. I can't pray for you. You got to want this, honey. And I believe the Lord will heal you. And that's all I can do.
Exactly. Bishop, what do you say to that friend?
Repeat that question.
What do you say to that friend?
That I pull up on and they ask me if they gonna give it a die.
Yeah, you pull them out the car, man, and when you get them out the car, man, you know they looking terrible. They looking bad, man, and you don't think in your mind that they gonna make it, and they muster up enough strength to look you in your eyes and ask you, are they going to die? Bishop, what do you say to them?
Well, I said, well, you can't say that. I can't say you're gonna die. You can't say you're gonna die. I'm just trying to let you live. You gotta have faith. And if you want to already say you're gonna die, then you can already put in your own mind you're gonna die. But hey, God can have mercy on the situation, and you can live. You gotta believe you're gonna live.
That's good.
That's it.
That's good. Dr. Cook, what do you say to your friend?
I would say I can't answer that question because I'm not the person to answer that question. I don't know. So I can't answer it because I don't know.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
But you have to have faith.
Absolutely. Badger, what do you tell your friend?
Well, everyone has to leave at some point. The question is has Creator decided if it's your time or not yet? So why are you trying to make the decision for them?
Okay, that's good. Toussaint, you say you had something, Toussaint?
Yeah, I like to be. I don't want to make light of anything, but I like to just throw this disclaimer out here. If a person is snake bit below the belt, and they say that the only way that they're gonna survive is if you're gonna have to suck the poison out, and they ask you, what did the doctor say?
Let us pray. Let us pray right now. Bow your head. We're gonna pray.
I'm sure I'm gonna miss you, man. You were a good dude. Let's pray for a miracle, brother. Let's pray right now. Because hey, look, if nothing else, let's just pray somebody else come by here that'll do it, because I ain't gonna do it. Hey man, help me, man. I'm dying.
Let us pray harder. We ain't praying hard enough.
My condolences, whoever got bitten behind. I'm sorry. I take care of your children, and I even pay your alimony, baby. But what we not gonna do? Ain't gonna be no something going on below belt. Sorry, not gonna do that.
No, look at him. We ain't.
Who was that? Toussaint said that. Was it Toussaint?
Yeah, Toussaint.
Look, Tucson, why you gonna go to the doctor and spend $3,000 when you could have just stopped at the local gas station and met Betty for $20 and she could have took care of the problem? Come on now, it's America. You know how we roll. Betty got the $20 solution down at the local shop.
Look at now. Somehow we just took a real drastic turn. Let's get this thing back on track. We don't took a real bad turn. Hey, listen.
I'm sorry.
Lord. Huh? Mm-hmm.
You pulling me out of car, please don't my friend. Just like this. You see how everybody trying to find a solution? Somebody trying to find a solution. Then so my friend. It's like that. Don't give me no friends. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, you gonna die. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're not gonna make it. Oh yeah, that ain't. Don't nobody make it past that. Don't give me them friends, man. Give me some real God-believing friends. Son, Lord, don't let my friend die. Lord, what you gonna need to do? Lord, send angels. Them the kind of friends I'm gonna pull me out the car. Don't give me somebody that don't know the words of the Lord and live in their life. Please don't.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Woo! About time. We got 6 minutes before we get out of here. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it back to a serious note real quick, man, because a lie does have the power to destroy. I mean, we mentioned a few situations where a lie had a very powerful impact. It had a life or death, impact on people. You know, talked about Liddell Lee in Arkansas, executed 4 years ago. Some people lie, accuse people of rape. It's gone on historically. It went on in the past, and it goes on in the present, in the recent past. People get accused of rape and running crooked organizations, and I mean that type of stuff can really damage somebody's livelihood. And so to a certain extent with the circle that we have, when you have a situation where people come in and then they intentionally deceive and sow seeds of discontent, just pathological lies that make up imaginary lie. I mean, not a lie that's actually somewhat true, but just completely out of the blue lies. You discover someone like that. We have this no snitching policy, and then sometimes we say, well, you know what? I ain't gonna worry about it, but because it might not be that serious. But I wonder, is it okay to expose somebody when you're in a situation like that? Say for instance with a group of us, and somebody comes in and they call everybody, and with everybody that they call, they got a different lie, different accusation. Oh, he raped her. He brutally raped her. He's lying about his organization. He's stealing the money. Oh, she's a drug addict and this and that. And when you hear somebody that does that amongst this group of people and they're the only one, is it a bad thing for the other group of people to go ahead and expose that person? Because in some situations, that person being allowed to keep running rampant with those illusions can cause somebody some serious harm. Somebody may end up in jail. Somebody may end up in court. Somebody may end up ripped off. Somebody may be looked upon as a rapist when all of us, all these years they've been an activist helping people, and now all of a sudden they can't help nobody because some pathological liar put it in the air. Put the energy out there that this person is a brutal rapist. When you know that this type of information is going on or this type of behavior is potentially out there, is it wise to go back and sort of talk to other people to see if this is the same thing going on with them, or just keep quiet? Because sometimes us being quiet, like you said earlier, is somewhat being complicit. We do allow the door to be open for somebody to suffer some consequences behind this person not being addressed.
Pete, what do you say to that?
I was distracted. I didn't catch it. I'm sorry.
If there's a snake in the camp and they're spreading lies on everybody and putting deception out there on everybody, should the group come together and expose that snake?
Cut the head off the snake, brother. Stop playing. That's real simple solution. Cut the head smooth off the snake. That's what you do in situations like that. That's a cancer, a poison. So you get rid of that immediately. Absolutely, you should come together, confront them, correct them, and send them off on their way. Hopefully with a steel-toed reinforced concrete, instruction group.
Wow. Teresa, what do you say to that? How do you deal with that?
Hey, What was that? Well, I don't know what the that was.
If there's a snake in the camp, and I'm saying it this way, if there's a snake in the camp that's all just spreading discourse and lying on everybody and telling a different lie on everybody that's in the camp, should the camp come together, or how should the camp deal with that individual?
Oh yeah, the camp should come together and destroy that. I use this word called dilute. Because we have a lot of distractions, right? You have to learn to dilute the distraction and whatever that means to you. But yeah, if you come together, and we all know that if you come together, you can squash the lie. You can just get rid of it. I'm sure everybody would be like, he told you the same lie? You got the same lie? You got the same lie? Now, if everybody knows this, it's more than do it. Let's do this. If it's two or more that know, then y'all can squash the lie. So yes, you need to come together and get rid of it.
Good deal. Yeah. Tucson, what did you say to that?
I'm glad you came to me, because I remember is it Aiken? Remember when they was told to not take anything, kill everything, just kill everything. And he hid something in the camp. Thought nobody knew. And everybody suffered because of that one lie. Everybody did. So one way or another, if you don't expose that, can you imagine how much influence a person has, even if it's among us, even if it's me. If sometimes you don't go, if I'm a hurt to the whole group, like Jonah was when he was running from God, you can't help me. You can try to throw everything else overboard but me. Then the whole group gonna suffer. You're part of everything you're connected to is a part of you. Yeah. And you become your company. I'm just saying.
Good deal. Good deal. Leonard, what do you say to that?
What do I say to particularly what we were talking about is, when you was giving your little snake bite?
Yeah, well, no, Rico had the question out, and we just posing the question to everybody to see what they say about it.
I don't believe that lying is really in anyone's best interest, because at some point, when the truth comes out, what is going to change? When we're talking about these little lies about what you tell your kids and all those types of things, those things are very playful things. People play, but it's not play when the other side don't have the information. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. If me and you sit down to sign a contract, a lot of people have gotten up from the table and swear somebody lied to them and took advantage of them. No, you didn't read the contract. He lied when he told me this, that, or the other, or blah, 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 blah. No one owes you the truth. No one. The truth is something you find for yourself. Now, people can tell you, there are some good people out here that can tell you the truth all day, all night. 9 times out of 10, when I'm talking to you, I'm telling you the truth. But it's always up for debate if you think I'm wrong. But I'm not trying to mislead people. Like I said, for instance, everybody that's hating Christianity, what else you got? What you got? Show me what you got. Since you hate, I know you hate Christian, but what do you have in place of Christianity? What do you have? Oh, just somebody else's fairy tale. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of folks, are certain shot. Well, a black man invented this. Black folks invented a lot of stuff. And a lot of it was stolen from them and all types of things. People will lie. You got to understand that, and it can't be always so shocking to you, especially at my age. It's not shocking to me that people would lie.
Now wrap it up, Leonard. It's 10:03. We got to get out of here, man. You gonna, man, look here, man. Look here, man. Dr. Cook. Dr. Cook, what do you say to that?
Basically, we just can't be surprised about anything. People will lie to save themselves. And the question was, basically, we got to be truthful. I'm saying I have morality within. I've been taught moral. So, I'm not surprised at what people say these days. I'm just not surprised. Okay. We know that lying is very destructive. And it's got to stay only up and up. Be truthful to yourself.
Exactly. Badger, what do you say if the person's always lying to everybody? What do you do in that situation, Badger?
I mean, people like that exist.
What do you do about that situation? How do you handle that situation?
Oh, either I stay away from them, and if someone asks, I just tell them to be careful of their words. And doing my best not to be hateful.
Okay, that's good. Bishop?
Yes, sir.
What do you do in that situation? This person is always lying, always causing confusion, always doing different things.
Well, I think some of the ones you spoke before, it's better to eradicate an individual that is a habitual liar or a person that seeks to harm a person through their deceptive way. I don't see where inner lie is a good benefit towards anyone. That includes one who's in. And I've never tried to focus a whole lot on lies, but I will tell the truth. And I've never been a man afraid to speak my truth or speak the truth to a situation, whether the person believes me or not. And personally, my experience in life, man, people lied on me and lied. And I got to turn around and try to fight the lie. And somebody says, well, don't say that. No, I have to say something to defend me. Because if somebody puts out false propaganda about me, I have a right to defend me. Because people become judgmental. And they'll do one of two things. They'll believe the lie that was told, and then they'll separate themselves from me. So I rather tell the truth and shame the devil. And I will fight tooth and nail to defend my character. And I think every man or woman should be able to do that and have the right to do it. Because in our society, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna shut up. In our society, we as blacks can be sometimes misconstrued, but we're the worst. We're the worst on us. And we're the worst to stay together. We're the worst to do anything to help us get to the next level because we're too busy trying to tear one another down. And Malcolm something is up.
Now, Bish, you know we gotta go now.
I know.
You gonna wait till the last minute. You go to preach a sermon. You should have preached a sermon when you first came on, man.
Let's go back and preach.
You gonna wait till the end and Matthew said in verse 23 and verse 25 that you got to do. Bishop.
But I love you, man. Hey, man, great show today.
I appreciate you, man.
I don't get too many opportunities to call in like I was, but hey, man, I'm good today.
Yes, sir.
And I really enjoyed everybody. Peter's off the chain. That's part of Peter. Talk back to me, man. Peter's going to
See, now he doing the benediction.
Hey, next time I call you, you better call me back. I left a message.
Okay, I'll check it out. I mean, I crashed out last night early, man. I crashed out. But Toya, let me ask you this question. Toya with a T.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. Give me your quick version. Don't be like Bishop now. Is a lie told or is a lie sold?
Both. You know what I mean? It's both. I don't know. Did she tell y'all a lie or did she tell y'all a lie? I just think she was. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if anybody decided to believe her, I wouldn't. That's because she was befriending me, so you probably would believe if she said it because Cole was acting like cool. So, it's load and sold and told and fucking, tough too. Sorry. But Yeah, it's sold and it's all of that. But no, listen, let me say something right here. I love y'all so much because y'all bring the best topics ever. Some topics are a little bit under my skin because it be real talk. But thank y'all, man. Thank you for the panel. Thank you for everybody having me honest opinion. And like, I'm working on a show right now on how to expose the devil.
Wow, that's good. That's good. And you know we love you too, sis. Absolutely. But Leonard, what's going on at 3 o'clock today, though? Let's talk about 3 o'clock today, bro.
If you did not get a chance to hear the show in its entirety, log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3 o'clock Eastern today.
Good deal. Good deal. Teresa, you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Teresa, will you pray us out?
Huh?
Will you pray us out?
Yes.
All right, okay.
You ready?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
Ready for prayer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, gracious Father, we come thanking you for all the many blessings that you've bestowed upon us. We thank you for this day. We thank you for the friends. We thank you for our enemies. We thank you for the great discussion. We thank you for our mind, our soul, our spirit. And as we go on in our day of today and the remainder of the week, we ask that you go with us, be with us, and love us. With all these blessings in mind, we say amen.
Amen. Amen. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing Deacon Media Group and associates and our Real Men Being Men, the Morning Glow, for being a part of your day. It is now 10:10. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you'll never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light of you from the morning glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. Do me a favor. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Love you and take care of each other. I see you. I see you.